Shit, what's this podcast called?
Discourse of Human Events.
The discourse is just crazy.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. I wanna look years younger, baby. I wanna look.
1, 2, 3, dildos!
That was
All right.
like an eloquent dildo. Perhaps our most eloquent.
So-
So I figure with writing a movie, what we should first do is do our, like, obviously high
Concept.
level. Oh, do we want to send a message? Do we just want a fun film? Do we want a comedy, a horror? You know, we got to knock those things down.
All right.
And figure that
I'm
out.
going to write a movie in like 10 seconds here.
All right, let's hear
We're
it.
just going to film Hamlet, but in place of the actors, they will all be dildos.
What?
They'll have the outfits, the Shakespearean outfits, on the dildos.
And also, there will be a couple necrophilia scenes written in.
Yes. A very Discoursean, Shakespearean movie.
I like it. A lot less effort we have to put into that one.
Chloe, what kind of movie would you want to make? Conceptual.
Conceptual-wise,
Mm-hmm.
should be a murder mystery.
Murder mystery.
Murder mystery. You want to do a murderous mystery?
Why not?
Okay.
I like murder mystery.
But
Then you can, it's easily to put like necrophilia scenes in a murder mystery, right? It's just natural.
so here's the thing. Let's start off with this. Do we want it to be a message in a murder mystery, or is it just going to be a murder mystery that's just fun? Like, this is a fun murder mystery movie.
What do we
Or
learn
should there
this
be
time?
any kind of lessons?
Nothing.
Any kind of lessons. The lessons is try harder if you don't want to get caught.
Yeah.
Take care of the witnesses.
Moral of the story: don't get caught.
How about it's like a It's Always Sunny sort of vibe, where it's like just everybody in the film's terrible. There's no real, like, antagonist or protagonist. They're all antagonists. You're like, I don't really know who to root for because they're just all bad people.
Yeah.
Type thing.
I like at least that, like, sense of nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, the same level of sincerity. But Chloe wants to do a serious one, but that's not what the Discourse does.
We're gonna make a serious one. We could still be serious.
For this one,
Which movie?
does the lady try to save up money for getting a plastic surgery? Remember? She has something for the Russian's embassy.
Oh,
What
okay,
do we
okay.
learn?
Burn after reading.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay.
So I really didn't hear that. What did she say? We should what?
So the just like the movie Burn After Reading, it should be all very serious.
Yeah, that's
and
kind of
not
what I'm going.
pointless.
That's what I mean. The pointless part I wasn't going with, but I would like a serious one. I don't remember Burn After Reading. Why was it?
Did you not watch
I
Burn
did,
That?
but it was forever ago.
So, yeah, there was an explicit scene where he was like, so what did we learn after this?
Oh.
I wish I could tell you. I have no idea. It's just a bunch of crazy stuff happening.
That's kind of like what's their name? The ones that did like Big Lebowski and them. They always have.
That's who made
Yeah.
Burn
Yeah,
After
okay.
Reading. That's the
So
Coen
that's
brothers.
kind of their definition
Yeah.
sometimes. Is let's
Yeah,
just make a bunch of
life
crazy
is
shit.
mostly
happen.
meaningless, and it doesn't actually, matter. There's no rhyme or reason to any of it in life.
Yeah, the moral of the story is there's no
Yeah,
moral.
well that makes sense that they made that.
Mm.
I love and hated that one movie where at the end there's just like a tornado, and that's the
I have
end.
no idea what the fuck
Which
you're
one?
talking about.
I can't remember what it's called. It was like a story with this whole big plot line, and it just ends with a big tornado, and that's the end. Like you don't even see the tornado hit or anything. It was just a big old tornado.
So they ran out of money. The production.
No, it
company.
was kind of like it was a similar thing. Like that was the point. a serious man.
That was a great movie.
That was another Coen
I
Brothers,
didn't
and it
even
ended
remember
with
that
just a
ended with
fucking.
that. Yeah. That was a great movie. I didn't even remember
didn't say
the
it was-
tornado.
Was bad. It's just it ended with a tornado. You're like, wait, what?
Though it
Why was
was
there a
generally the
tornado?
same point that the whole movie was there's no
Yeah.
point in life. That guy was struggling for meaning, and then the whole point is there is none. Things just happen one after another. So stop trying to make sense of it. That was a great movie.
Which I like to a point, but when you literally just end with, and now there's a tornado.
I don't even remember the tornado, but that's how little it
Yeah.
mattered to the plot. But the rest of the movie I remember. It was
Yeah.
very good.
The movie was good.
I like the story with the dentist. It's like, and then what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? What happened to the guy? Oh, I don't know. He just moved on with his life. That was a great
Okay.
scene.
So we have a murder mystery. Is it? So it's going to actually be about some kind of serial
No,
killer
one
or
murder.
one murder?
Who did it? Who done it?
Who
But we're
done
gonna,
it?
like everyone, we're gonna have to throw a real curveball.
What do you mean?
So here's my curveball. Like, somebody you never saw would do it.
It was the dog the whole time.
It was kind of like that. That's kind of the direction I'm going in. But one of the characters in the whodunit will be a scientist who
Jesus
bioengineered a cow, and the cow went into a murderous rage. At the very end, the cow will stand up and start smoking and explain that he did it.
Did you watch
Is that- do you
this
think that-
documentary, The Staircase?
No.
Okay, so it's all about...
Did a cow murder somebody?
No. Well,
Does he
not
smoke?
too far.
Did he explain it?
Not too
Okay.
far, man. Not too far. So, The Staircase is all about a documentary about this author, Michael Peterson. Do you want me to spoil this for you? Because this is going to spoil.
Yeah, spoil away.
Okay. So, the trial happens. He finds his wife at the bottom of the steps, like, blood everywhere. She's, like, slumped over. So he goes on trial for murder. He claims that she fell down the steps and, like, hit her head real bad and split it open.
That was from the Netflix show,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, it's a new Netflix
Okay.
documentary. It's just as good as Making a Murder. It's pretty good.
Okay.
And he obviously claims she just fell down the steps. They claim he murdered her. There's a whole thing about a blowpoke, which, by the way, never heard the term blowpoke until that movie.
Yeah.
Which is like basically like a big metal rod that you blow into a fire to make the flames big.
Okay.
Give it oxygen. Anyways, so they have all these theories on it's being the blowpoke. They just say she fell down the steps. I mean, she had alcohol in her system and had taken some pills that would make her, kind of clumsy and...
Okay.
fall
Where does the
steps.
cow come into this?
Well, here's the thing. So this isn't in the actual documentary, but when you, research outside of this, there's an attorney that contacted the defense midway through the trial that gave them a whole nother theory that they think is actually true, but they couldn't use this defense because they had already, spent 3 months building a case, building a defense for him, right? So it's not like they could just pivot and okay, let's do this. But this attorney found that, looking over the evidence and everything, the wife had owl feathers in her hands, microscopic owl feathers, and in her hair. And
Owl feathers?
Yes. She had feathers in her hair and in her hands.
So
And
an
so what
owl
they
came
think
in and
is,
attacked her?
yes, they think an owl
Yes,
actually
that was
attacked her,
that
and when you look at the wounds on top of her head, it actually is in the shape of talons. And so they think an owl attacked her when she was walking inside, because she came from outside. And since she was on booze and stuff, she lost... What?
You're overlooking the other theory. The
That's the
husband
cow.
pushed her down... The husband pushed her down the stairs, ran outside and kidnapped an owl, and started putting hairs of the owl in there and scraping her head with the owl, and be like, they'll definitely get that this was an owl that did it. They'll definitely be able to find this shit. And then he went and threw the owl away.
Did you ever see the movie where there was a serial killer and he left an orangutan hair on the scene on purpose?
No.
Just to fuck
That's
with
interesting. But they never...
the investigation.
I would assume if they found owl stuff, that would be a... Why is there owl things?
They
on the
wrote
scene?
it off as a down pillow. They just assumed it was from a pillow or something. They had no
Or
idea
maybe
why, so they just...
The husband was enraged because the wife was sleeping with an owl,
Dun,
and
dun,
he found out.
We got a BoJack Horseman case here.
This is the direction our movie's going to be going in.
Plot thickens.
I think
let's just do that movie. Let's just do the husband is
he's been sleeping with an owl the whole time.
Yeah.
I think it would be funny to do like a murder mystery that does turn out to be just something mundane, like you finally, like, the end, you actually get to see the murder happen, and it's not really a murder, it is just, like, a complete freak accident. Where all the
accidentally shot herself in the back of the head 2 times. Like, really, that actually happened.
That would actually be hilarious. I'm actually so for that.
So the funny thing is, I actually read about it on the forum that I usually go to, is that the lawyer who come up with this theory is actually a mistress to the guy.
To which series?
To the owl theory.
Oh, okay.
Was actually the mistress of that guy.
Oh, okay.
The guy being accused of murdering, so...
So you watched this? You know what he's talking about?
Well, I didn't watch it, but I read about it.
Oh, okay.
What about it?
The owl theory person is the mistress of the husband.
No, the owl theory came from a guy.
Really?
Yeah. Like a male attorney. He had... So the other thing that was weird about this, and the reason why this is such an interesting case, is like years ago, this same guy lived next door to somebody in Germany who was found dead at the bottom of the steps. But she had like heart problems, or brain problems, I think it was. Some kind of like aneurysm or something. Yeah. I forget exactly what it was, but it's just a crazy coincidence, like 10 years ago. This person also has found dead at the bottom of the steps. And they think that that was his mistress. Also, there's a whole plot twist that he's gay, and they have a male escort on there that he ordered.
The guy.
Yes. Dude, there's so many twists and turns. It does not sound like reality.
Yeah, you watch these things and you're
wait, what?
Who has such an interesting life? My life seems very mundane.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
Boring.
Like, damn. But I totally think we should go that route, though. Like, the actual thing that happened, not necessarily as mundane, but is like so, like, you would never think that all led to this person being killed. Like you said, literally like falling down the steps with a gun that happened to be loaded, and accidentally it goes off and shoots her in the back of the head. Like something very out there like that.
So how do you write a murder mystery? Where do you start? Do you start with what happens at the murder and then work your way backwards?
I would think so, right? Like all the people involved.
Okay.
So how does the person actually die?
And this is what's gonna turn out to be an accident.
Yeah. A freak accident. So we got freak accident. How many steps can we involve in a freak accident that are still like, okay, yeah, that could totally happen, but like very, 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 very rare freak accident? Do we want to see how the gun goes off?
I've heard of a news story where a man gets off by claiming the woman tripped and fell on his penis.
Yeah. It's an old joke.
Yeah.
How about a knife? Like, she literally falls onto a knife. I don't know why we're focusing on a she. We've definitely assumed it's just a girl getting murdered.
Yeah, it's more interesting that way. So what are ways somebody gets murdered? Stabbing, shot,
bludgeoning.
Oh,
okay.
You can even do like she's already dead by the time that she touches the knife. You see what I'm saying? Like if someone is poisoned, even if that person didn't touch the knife, that person will be dead.
Oh, could the person get off for that?
What do you mean?
Like, let's say I poison somebody, okay?
Yeah.
But then something happens to where they die
Yeah.
before the poison kills them.
Well, it depends on if...
Like, let's say they go outside, get hit by a car,
out.
and they die, and then they find poison in them, but really the car accident killed them.
So
So the car accident, they're like...
Well, they wouldn't check for poison. They'd be like, well, obviously it was the car.
I'm just saying, if in some way they found poison in their system, would they even, like, try you for...
I don't think they'd look into it. They wouldn't even do the autopsy. Why would they?
that would be great.
You only do that if there's suspicious circumstances.
If there could be... I'm saying, let's say, the poison was working its way through the system, so not only is she hit by a car, but now you have, like, all these signs of poison.
The person is getting murdered, right? And then that person's family and friend has suspicions of someone doing it. And that person actually did it. But it's not that person's doing caused that person's death.
Would you still get tried for attempted murder?
If they actually found it, yes, it would still be
that's what I
attempted
would
murder. The problem is they'd never find it, because they would just be like, okay, he died of a car accident. So back to our murder. The one way that seems plausible is, like, they were autoerotic asphyxiation, and then that gets confused for murder.
Yeah, but that's always more confused for suicide.
Yeah.
Right?
Alright.
And it's been done before. What's another freaky...
She really
thing
likes
you
to
can be into
masturbate with
that
a gun to her
affected
head.
her?
Jesus.
Actually, that's actually, I think, a thing.
But not usually it's somebody else holding the gun, right?
Well, that's
Do you masturbate with a gun to your head?
what I mean. Like, couldn't the person have a gun in her mouth and
Okay.
it accidentally goes off?
Here's how you
Then
do
it wouldn't
it.
be much mystery.
Okay, here's how you do it. It's not that it was an accident. It's that it was a suicide, and she just hates them all. So she tried to make it look
Oh, yeah.
like
I
a
was
murder.
thinking about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like planning someone's own death, as in like that person maybe in his or her terminal stage.
Yeah.
And then being paid to frame someone, actually committed murder.
So it could be like people inheriting money from her,
Okay.
and she fucking hates them.
I like the
'Cause she
idea
knows they're all
of
after the money.
there could be so many possibilities to who killed her, too. Like,
It could be the
multiple
cow.
fingerprints on the gun.
Oh, everybody
So-
has a
Motive.
fair share. Yeah. Like the Oriental Express murder.
So, are we gonna go with she killed herself? And then we
We can go
need
with
to
that.
figure out how she kills herself.
Oh, why is this not typing?
Margaret,
What's her name?
if you wanted
Margaret.
kill yourself and
How?
definitely make it look like it was not an accident.
But also make it look like multiple
no,
people did it.
I don't think multiple
Right?
people did it. Just that one person did it, or somebody,
But I thought
That
if it's a murder
there's
mystery,
no-
we got to make it look
Why?
like
What
multiple.
would be the motive to make it look like multiple people did it?
How's it a murder mystery though? If there's
No,
only one
she's
person,
just
that's
somebody
what
did
looks
it.
Like did it.
Or if you want to make like that person hates everyone, so she wants to frame everyone, you wouldn't do it that way because that's a lot harder. You'll find out the one that they all liked, the one person that's all connected to all of them, and you frame that person. Right?
I mean, the typical framing is you get fingerprints on a gun and shoot yourself, but they can tell who fired a gun, right? Like,
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
leave burn marks on the hand. and on
Nah,
the
that's all
fingerprint.
CSI bullshit. Mostly they have no idea.
No, if you fire a gun, you
No.
can tell. The gun firing's legit.
Nah, I don't think so.
It
No,
is.
I
There's
don't think anyone
there's
has
going to be
any idea.
residue from
a
the gun
ballistic
firing.
track.
Look it up.
Yeah, I think
Well, the
90% of that's
gun-
bullshit. How many murders go unsolved? Like 80% of them, man.
Yeah, that's because most people didn't end up.
Oh,
killing
yeah, yeah.
themselves.
If they kill themselves, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure that's fine.
If she,
But, like, a murderer, no.
but
like,
we're
they
doing
just wash
somebody
their
kills
hands.
herself, so she has to make it look like somebody else killed her. So she can't just
So
put a
you
gun
can,
in her mouth and
if
shoot
that
herself.
person is high profile, right? The victim is high profile.
Yeah.
She can make it look like she committed the suicide, but such a bad note. It's another twist, right?
That,
You leave such a fake suicide note, wasn't even her handwriting, and then put on her pocket like a traditional suicide. And then it will make other people wonder, like, okay, is this a real?
Oh,
suicide?
so you're
It
saying
doesn't look like-
she would have a fake suicide? Like she writes
Yes.
this fake suicide
No.
note, so people would
Yes.
be suspicious of her
Yeah,
suicide.
and then everybody get a motivation would be involved, right?
but I don't think you get, so, yeah. But I thought if you wanted to do, like, a whodunit where, like, all the characters are there trying to solve it, not, like, and, like, accusing each other going back and forth, and not, like,
Oh, you're talking more like
Just-
like everyone's in the room trying to solve it
Yeah.
right now. It's not a police
exactly.
murder.
So then, part of the setup is...
Why aren't they calling the police?
Yeah, they're not calling the police, so she needs to also set it up so that they would want to,
Oh, that would be easy. You can make the scene into like a ski resort or something
Yeah.
where police is hard to reach.
Oh yeah, just out in
Yeah.
the cabin.
Yeah. But that means
There
it
is-
can't look like a suicide.
Period
There's
piece. We
no
could make it a
point.
period piece.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't
that's
just
good.
call.
They're in some resort or something.
Yeah, or like snowstorm, everybody locked in.
Okay, still, how does she kill herself?
Cyanide poisoning, classic. Just kidding.
And she has to do this while
Hey.
everyone else
Yeah,
is
it'd be
gone.
genius.
But
Hanging? The old ice block question. Everyone knows that one. You can't do that.
I feel like if we can think of something like that, though, that would be very interesting. Not the ice block, but something similar to that, like a very.
Can you fill me what's the ice block?
What's that?
Can you fill me what's the ice block?
So the riddle is you walk in and there's somebody dead hanging, but in a puddle of water on the floor. But you see that he couldn't have gotten up there by himself. How did he do it?
That's just ice cubes, right?
Yeah, he stood on an ice cube and waited for it to melt.
Nah, that's...
Yeah. It's just a little weird riddle.
How could you get a gun to fire at you from a distance so you don't have to hold it? But people not know that it was set up to kill you.
Exactly.
Like if you had a whole string rig or something, it's obvious you set it up. How could you get a gun to fire at yourself?
But it's
from a
gotta
distance?
be like a knife.
Is there a way? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Doing
just
the knife.
she just stabs the shit out of herself,
Man.
and then with her dying breath, like takes it out and throws it.
But it would look like it's a self-inflicting wound.
What? I don't know if you can tell self-inflicted stab wounds if you're not an expert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you'd be able to tell if you're an expert.
Again, not only do we
Intrigue.
have to solve, like, get this, we have to leave one final detail that gives it away in the end, right?
Yeah, of course.
She stabs the shit
So
out
what's
of
it?
herself,
Man.
and then takes it out,
Throws it across
throws
the
across
room.
the room. No. Okay, if the murder weapon is missing,
Uh-huh.
then it's definitely a murder, right?
Yeah, so when she throws it, like...
It needs to get gone.
So, let's say I like kind of the cabin scenario. I don't like skiing because I feel like...
Kevin.
What time do we want to set this in? I want to set it like in the past, but not too far. Maybe
1970s.
I was thinking a little older, like the noir setting of like the.
You know what?
50s.
Let's even do 90s. Let's do 90s. No cell phones. That's the only difference.
Yeah, I like the 90s.
Cell phone company.
I'm cool with the 90s.
Okay. So, she goes out into the woods, stabs herself to death. How does she get rid of the knife? So
No.
it's not on
I don't
her
like the
person?
wood. She's not in the woods. I want because it has to take place inside an enclosed space while they're solving the mystery, right? So I think while they go off to the woods or something, she does it. in the
Okay, that
cabin.
makes sense. That makes sense.
And at some point, these people have to have split up to where anybody could have gone to the cabin to kill her. So in the cabin, she
okay.
could just throw it and falls
No,
through
but
a
then
hole
eventually
in the
they
floor
would
or
find it,
something,
so it would be mystery solved if they just wait. Like, they're gonna, like, once actual police come, they're gonna, like, turn the place over. So she needs
Unless,
to permanently get rid of that fucking thing.
I mean, it could be thrown out.
And they would search for the murder weapon, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, there should be a clever way she gets rid of it.
You want, in the middle of
No,
stabbing
like
herself, she gets rid of it in a clever way?
It's icicles. She stabbed it herself.
I don't
She
think you
tossed
could
it
stab
and
yourself
evaporated.
multiple times with
Yeah.
icicles. I think you got one okay stab. It's even hard to stab yourself with
Frozen
just
fish.
one. Frozen
fish.
I think that's even harder. I like stabbing herself and hiding the weapon, but to get rid
you
of
gotta
it
come up with a way to get rid of
sneakily
it.
in the middle
Well,
of
I had,
stabbing
like,
yourself doesn't seem very
one
viable.
idea, but
What?
You can use a sharp piece of wood, and then you have a fireplace, and you just toss it into the fireplace. It burns.
It's still hard to do.
yeah, and still you're gonna find it. Like, if it's a piece of wood that burns, it's hard to stab yourself with it.
Yeah, that's the bigger
I was
problem,
thinking, like,
killing
attached to a horse or an animal, she stabs herself and then, like, smacks the horse.
Ah, so the horse like
But then, like, they find a horse with a dagger attached to it, okay?
attached to it.
And no, wait, not a horse, a cow. The cow did it! It was a fucking cow, I
saw
knew it!
this.
But don't you think, you gotta look it up, what's the most common way for people to commit suicide, right? I don't think a whole lot of people...
Pills.
A whole lot of people stab themselves to death. That's really painful to go.
Yeah, but she wants it to look
Yeah,
like
but
people
she's
murdered
doing
her.
it to set people up.
Yeah.
It's not just she's killing herself; she's doing it to set people up. So
What
how
about
would she
strangle?
make it look
If
like the
people
murder?
can-
She's going to strangle herself? I don't think it's possible to strangle yourself without.
You pass
rope.
out before you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, you can.
No, you'll pass out if you just start with your hands. No, you pass out.
What? You don't use your hand.
Oh.
Like you use a tie or like a...
Yeah, that's where I was going with autoerotic asphyxiation. But everyone, that's over,
It's overdone.
people just- yeah. It's in real life.
I like something similar to like what you're saying though, like a knife.
Or
attached
so
to
she could have something you wouldn't expect to actually
But wait.
be used. Not a what?
What's wrong with the horse? I mean, I guess she would think eventually
Yeah,
they'll
you
find
get
the
a
horse
horse.
because we do
It's
need
a horse.
the. Uh huh.
So, like, where's the horse going with a knife?
No, I was just
The
saying I
horses
like
don't
that.
work
That would
wildly.
obviously be like to the audience, like, oh, a horse with a fucking knife is attached to it is coming in. We've solved this.
Yeah.
But obviously, if she's trying to set them up, she would know. Like, obviously, they're going to solve this whole murder when they find the horse with a bloody knife attached to it.
Unless you can sort of kill the horse, and then you can really tell if the dagger has the human blood or horse blood on it.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, see, if there is a way to kill the horse, right, with that dagger, then people won't know if it's horse blood or human blood on it.
I have no idea what you're
Why
talking
are we
about.
talking about horse
You
blood?
don't necessarily...
She wants to kill the
You're
horse.
trying to murder the horse now?
Listen to me.
Okay.
You don't... Okay, so the one idea is to get the murder weapon disappear, right?
Yeah, so the horse is attached to the horse. And then it runs away after she kills herself
All I'm
with
saying
it.
is you don't really necessarily need to destroy the murder weapon. You can confuse the murder weapon with something else.
Yeah.
If it has other blood on it, then the people won't test it if it has human blood on it.
Well, these are people finding it. They're not going to be like,
But if the
That's
dagger
horse
found
blood on this
next
knife.
to a stabbed dead horse.
then they're
Yeah,
going
who
to think
stabbed
this
the horse?
crazy fuck also stabbed a horse.
Yeah, they need to stab. She needs to stab herself, then stab the horse. What's the order of operations?
Why would she
here?
stab the horse second? That makes...
I'm not getting this one.
That's what I'm thinking is like having a horse. You're saying like a horse attached with a dagger.
Yeah.
There could be a well, but like
Then
that's a lot of
what I'm saying
effort.
Is if you have like a little what do you call it like explosive devices, you attach the horse, and after you kill
Did you
it,
blow up the horse?
it's timed, right?
Jesus Christ! This is an interesting movie. Horse is just fucking exploding everywhere.
All I've learned is Chloe fucking hates horses. A horse,
Okay, I had a.
horse has got to die.
I've got another route. Okay. Something that you wouldn't normally expect. Not like a dagger or a knife, but something sharp. If she could stab herself to death with it, but make sure it's cleaned before she dies.
Say that again?
Yeah.
Something else in the room that's very sharp, not like a knife or something you would think is a murder weapon. She kills herself with it, but makes sure it's clean before she dies somehow.
This bitch is going to be doing
In
dishes
place.
after she stabs herself?
Yes. No. Here's what you do. So she stabs herself somewhere where she's gonna bleed out. So she's done her homework. She knows anatomy. She stabs herself where like she's got like 5 minutes to live, and then she cleans it and puts it away.
Okay, like stabbing yourself and then being able to clean your own murder weapon is not like an easy process. Also, you're leaving trails of blood everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. You're leaving trails of
No,
blood.
yeah, but as long as she plans it out well enough, she won't.
It's still hard to execute, and there's no way that you can rehearse it properly.
No, she could, like, I mean, as long as it's controlled bleeding, it's only going to be on her body, and then she just splashes it around near the place where she dies.
I mean, at this point, it'd just be easier for her to have a floorboard that she rips up
still,
and puts
that's
back under it. And then...
Okay, so pretend that this is a murder, right? To frame as a murder, you don't need to create a multiple stab wound. All you need to do is to have a stab wound from the place where you cannot easily inflict by yourself. For example, like in the back, right?
Yeah.
If you have a knife coming to the back to your heart, then you're dead, and it's impossible for you to do it yourself,
Yeah.
right? So now the question: no, we can get rid of the fucking horse, man.
No, the horse does it.
Wait.
That's how it gets in the back.
I'm kind of confused on why we have to hide the
Yeah,
murder weapon.
Because
In
it
the
makes
first
it
place.
more of a somebody stabbed her and ran away with it. So definitely she did not do it.
But also, wouldn't they
You can't
think...
hide it.
when these people arrive, first off, they see a knife in somebody,
Yeah.
okay? So they're not going to think
Well,
she stabbed
yeah,
herself.
well, no, they could, because normally if you're a murderer, you would take out the murder weapon and you'd go and hide it or throw it away.
I see.
Because it might have your fingerprints on it. It might belong to you. It's definitely evidence, right?
Okay. Then what's the problem if we find it later? If this is a murder mystery about these people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they find it later, like stashed somewhere, they're still going to think somebody around here murdered her. They're not still going to know
That's
who.
true.
So just throwing it outside and them finding it's not a
Yeah,
big deal.
but throwing
It's
it
like
out,
they
it's not.
stashed
It makes it seem like not that much of a mystery. Like if the murder weapon disappears and she's dead, and then the end of the movie is she killed herself,
Yeah,
that's a pretty big reveal, right?
true.
If they just found it lying around, then it's not.
And
as
we
big
also
of a
have to
reveal.
tie whatever the murder weapon is. There has to be a reason why everyone
still
would
think
have
like
used
something
it,
in
would
the
have
room.
access to
Did
it.
she make sure it's clean?
Well, what's other ways besides she can't really bludgeon herself, right?
Beat herself to death with a hammer? That takes some hard work, man.
Well, it could be like if you tie something up in the ceiling and the time to drop it, you have to be at the right location. It can't look like it's in your head, in the back of your head. You drop that, right? But then again,
She wants it Home Alone. Home Alone it.
It's always difficult to come up with original ideas.
Yeah. Now I'm starting to realize how hard it is to be a movie writer.
I like where we're going with it. It's just more like it's hard to figure out how to kill yourself and not leave evidence behind. That's a toughie. She stabs herself. How could you hide the stabbing utensil? I don't see why you have problems with the floorboard thing. Like, are they going to start ripping up floorboards immediately?
Bored?
Like, it seems like an obvious way
Just trying
to
to think
hide
of
it.
the-
I
anything
still
better.
like my icicle idea. You tie the icicles really far, have the spring system, and it shoots it to your back.
What's that feel?
String system?
And then it can melt, and then you don't see.
Then the
murder
people are going to be
weapon.
like, what the hell is this elaborate string system for?
Yeah, like, why is this here? This has no purpose.
No, but you can.
This murderer just set up this entire string system.
You can plant that string system inside of a fireplace, right? When the fireplace automatically turns on after you're dead, it can burn everything.
Okay, what if she hangs herself and makes it look like
Like if
somebody...
it's they're out in the woods and then somebody came and murdered her during that. They went to all the trouble to hang her? Then they would have just stabbed her or shot her.
Well, I guess a sign of struggle would be one of it.
And here's the thing: if she's doing this to frame other people, then just throwing the murder weapon under the floorboards wouldn't do it because the cops would find it.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're talking about a story where the cops haven't get involved. All these people could
But
end
they
up killing
will
themselves
eventually.
before we find out
She's
what happened.
trying. The reason she's doing it is to try to frame them, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying as the movie, they could all end up killing... I see what you're saying.
But
the
it
cops
doesn't matter if the motive is to frame them.
it's a poor motive on her
Okay,
part.
okay.
to just
So
have
I
them-
see what you're
I
saying,
get
right?
it.
Yeah.
So she somehow killed herself and put the murder weapon right next to it, and then boom, the time passed and somebody find her, right? Let's go with that idea first, rather than trying to plot out how that thing logically could happen. Let's say the person who find it has suspicion someone wants to kill that person, kill the girl, right?
Okay.
And then he actually knows that person. He wants to protect that person, so he come in, hides the murder weapon somewhere else.
Okay, that's what you.
Yeah.
That's how it gets. So she knows that.
Say it again. Say what's happening.
I think Chloe's gone on to something.
Yeah, I
with
think
that.
so too. But I need to hear
So
exactly what that was.
Chloe. So the woman kills herself,
Uh-huh.
knowing who the first person that will come back and see her will be, and the first person will see the murder weapon.
And then we'll help hide it.
Yeah, will hide it because
They think
that
they're
person-
going to be framed for
Yeah,
it.
or
He knows, like, if someone's going to kill her, it's that person going
Yeah.
to kill her.
He
Yeah,
thinks he's
like
going to be
they're trying
blamed
to
since he's the
protect
first
somebody.
one to find it.
yeah. So that's why she makes. So it's like his knife, and then she stabs herself with his knife, and maybe even has a bit of his coat in his hands, or Or, okay, well, that's why it's the murder mystery.
Hearts
She
of
and...
fabric.
What?
Hearts of fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chloe's definitely got it. So she set somebody up purposely knowing that they will hide it well enough.
Or she didn't
For
even...
all of
She
them.
wanted to set them up, but that guy happened to accidentally be the one back first.
Yeah.
And he hid the stuff. He didn't actually do it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but he's trying to protect someone he thinks that actually did it.
No, it's just he's the one that they think he's going to be framed.
Okay, well...
He's not supposed to be back first.
It's harder to...
But for some reason, he comes back first, finds the body, sees it, looks like a setup
Yeah,
that he
so
did it.
he's going to clean it up, like take out the fabric or whatever personal items that was left on the scene, and also the murder weapons, right? Or carefully wipe the murder weapon or whatsoever.
That produces a lot of mystery, though, because he's obviously going to leave the scene
he knows.
and come back.
Yeah. Okay, what's the giveaway as to what happened that she killed herself in this whole scenario?
So obviously we need to set up the audience too for the fact that this is his knife and he was set up first.
Yeah.
Right. So
You can look at it this way, like it's based on the victim's personality, right? If you are a person that's being killed, for example, 10 p.m. at night, you're usually in your pajamas, right, by the fireplace or whatever, right, and then just being killed. If that person purposefully dressed up, as if like he's going to die, and also meticulously put on makeup whatsoever, because that's wants to leave the last impression of the world as a nice-looking person, which is odd from what a person would do every day. You see what I'm saying?
No.
Like, just odd behavior. If something like a murder happened by accident...
That's the giveaway, is she had odd behavior.
Yeah. Like, that could
She
be
knew
one
she
of
was
the-
going to die. That's good.
She knew
So
that
there's a hint that she knew she was going to die that day.
okay, I see.
And that's why. I like that. That's a good idea.
Maybe
You slip a hint in.
Maybe send out a mail, mail out a letter to someone, changing her will or something like that, right before she committed suicide.
To the person that murdered her to even double down on the motive. The person she's trying to frame.
Oh, she could be an old lady, and that person who was framed could be her mistress, who has been plotting her money.
So, but to a police officer, it has to be, and to the audience, has to be really cut and dry of, oh, she definitely killed herself. Like, we can show it, but they also have to believe that the cops are going to obviously know as well in the film.
So it's an old lady with money.
Yeah.
The person she's trying to frame is her
Lover.
Mr. I guess it's not mistress. I don't know
Her
what you call
secret
it.
lover keeps
Yeah, what
Yeah.
do you
dating
call
her
that? A
for her
mister?
money.
Yeah, she wants to frame him because she overheard
That the-
him talking like, I can't wait till that bitch dies.
Yeah.
And I get all her money.
Well,
And this is the final fuck you.
The final fuck you could also be like, A, she's at terminal stage of cancer, she's gonna die anyway, right?
Yeah.
B, she's running out of money. She pretends to be rich, and then actually, because of a lavishing lifestyle, she actually doesn't have any money anymore.
Yeah.
And then C, that person have that mister have a side gig or something, a side girl.
But what I was saying was going to be the giveaway is that she subtly, during the period of the movie where she's alive, treats her mister poorly, like making rude comments and like, I don't know, like as subtle as women can be about saying I hate you.
Oh.
But she also that day or the night before changed her will to leave everything to him.
Yeah. And then that actually...
To make it look more like he killed her.
Yeah. But part of the hint is, why was she, like, definitely kind of...
She didn't like
not-
him, but yet she's leaving the
Yeah.
will to him. I don't know that... I mean, it does all... That all just makes it look more like he killed her, not like she killed herself.
Yeah. That's the point. She killed herself. He didn't do it.
Yeah.
So it's all still pointing towards that guy. It's all about the misdirection in murder mysteries.
Yeah, I'm saying, but we need... How do we, as the audience, or as the people in the movie...
Actually get to
see, oh, she killed herself.
She definitely did.
Because the police need that aha moment of, oh, she killed herself. Because all this is just pointing more.
Yeah, it's circumstantial. Yeah,
we can all set up how she
the
sets him up.
The
That's
moment,
fine.
The hint could be the moment the police find out that the will, even though it said all her money was left to that guy, and realize that her money is she actually bankrupted, has no money, or she has already moved the money somewhere else.
But then there's no reason for her to kill herself.
So part of the hint, this is a hint to the audience, though, that she's subtly mean to him, but changed her will to leave him everything. Right? That's an odd. She shouldn't be loving him if she changed her will. That means she actually hates the guy.
Yeah.
Even though she's changing the will to leave everything. So that's a hint to the audience. That's not a hint.
That's a very subtle hint, though. Like,
no, that's not that's not definitive evidence. But that's something when you watch the second time, you go, "Oh, now I understand. Look at the hint they just left me."
I think we need more than that. That's too...
No. That's just one thing I came up with.
Yeah.
That's still not definitive, she killed herself. But that's something I thought of.
I mean, I'm fine with definitive, we see her actually kill herself and all the setup and all this stuff happens. But for the people...
we definitely need something that's definitely, clearly, unambiguously, she killed herself.
Yeah.
I think
that's harder to do.
For the police officers, they need to be like, oh, she definitely killed herself. And for the people in the movie...
it's going to be about how she framed him.
Or I was thinking, since she stabbed herself while everyone else was away, it could be, the person... everyone that was possibly set up had, alibis that were so strong.
You think you can leave another witness? Right?
Yeah, I was going to say, somebody saw it. Somebody actually saw it.
Her handmaiden might
Somebody...
be trying to walk away and heard something and peeked it. And then she doesn't know everything, but she knows something, right? No. She might hear something, an argument, and a scream.
So, here's the thing. So, the person that will inherit the money instead, I don't know, so they see it, and they want that guy to be framed. Because the will before, the will that's being overridden, okay? The will that's being overridden still leaves some to the mister, but not all of it. If it's found that, he's a murderer, I'm pretty sure that invalidates that will. And then that person, like say her son, okay? Her son sees that she set it all up. He actually saw everything. He doesn't want to let on that he knows because he wants that guy to get caught. Right?
Yeah, that's what you're saying,
So that's the definitive once he finally admits that he saw everything.
This witness is biased, right?
So why will he finally...
No, because he has nothing but motive to say no. So we have... Yeah, that's the thing. We have to give that...
His
but
real motive
even if that's...
to give up.
Even if we don't have it, that still adds another little twist to the whole story.
No, that's good. I like that a lot. But now we need to figure out why will he eventually give it away to the cops that he did it? Will he become a murder suspect as well? But then, why would they believe his out?
So he has to have some evidence that he saw that would give it away.
It's the 90s. He could have.
He's like, look, my mom's taking a knife and stabbing herself. Let me videotape this.
Well, I'm saying, they're on a trip, right? He could already have been filming.
How could he have a record? Okay.
A picture.
No.
But way in the distance that you enhance. Enhance. You know what I'm saying? He takes a picture. It has the cabin in there. This triggers him to get closer because he sees in the picture he just took what looks like to be his mother stabbing himself. He gets closer. He confirms. No. But he has the picture evidence.
Here's what it is. The way that he knows that it was framed is he saw the mister go in and hide the evidence. So he knows where it's hidden.
Yes.
He knows where it's all hidden.
Better. So he knows that the mister...
Yeah, he will tell them where the evidence is.
And so then they'll have the evidence of her
No.
handprints on
Is
there
of
and
his
everything.
handprints.
Yeah.
But he's gonna say, I know that he picked it up and went and hid it because I saw him walk into the scene. She was already dead.
But once more,
But he-
why is he saying that?
Yes. Because we're gonna have to have it turn on him.
Yeah, he's
In
going to
the
have to look
end-
like the one that actually did it.
Yeah,
and he's
they're
going to have to be
think
like,
he
well,
did
fuck,
it.
now I got to, like, say, no, he did it. I can even prove.
So
the
the
evidence.
obvious one is from the audience standpoint.
Mhm.
The obvious one is Mr. Killer, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Killer then turned it to the son killer.
Yeah, that's the
son
that's the
killed it.
big reveal is the son did it. And then the bigger reveal,
I
the
know.
prestige is
She killed
The
herself.
prestige.
she killed herself.
Yeah, no, I like
Chloe
that a
would get
lot.
that, but she hasn't seen the movie.
Because that's also a good. Because in the Prestige, that's like the giveaway is like he's about ready to get arrested and everything, and he has to give up. I'm definitely not the murderer. She killed herself. And they're all like, wait, what? And he has the proof, so he can go through the whole scenario because he saw it all go down. And the fact that he knows where the murder weapon is evidence that he did see the whole thing.
And then in the movie, when he's telling what happened,
Yeah, that will go through the whole thing.
that's where it shows exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now we just need to add a few more
Multiple details.
Now,
possible
dialogue.
suspects. Are we doing that whole thing?
Eventually, I would think it would be fun too.
I guess so. We need like a whole series to do this. So this needs to be like a 10-part series.
That's the point. That was
Okay.
the whole point. You need the whole story you want to tell first, right? And then
Yeah.
we'll get into the details. Okay.
Took a long time to even do that.
So we got Margaret
Let's do
equals
rich
old lady.
Yeah, rich old
How
lady.
old is old? Like, we're getting Mr. and Mistresses, so not really
65.
old.
55?
Yeah, I was thinking 50s.
50s, late 50s.
Rich,
Okay.
late 50s, kills herself.
You don't want to go the
What's the son's
mister?
name?
What do you call
Lover.
I
yeah,
don't know.
Back in the
a
day,
mistress
lover.
that
Richard, the Mr.
you know, this is a difference between genders. There's not even a word.
That's so true. There's not even a word for it.
Man whore.
Yeah. Gold digger. Male gold digger.
Yeah.
Yeah, historically a man get the mistress. First one, what is the male equivalent of mistress?
Yeah.
Down, go back,
there
go
was
back, go
that.
back.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. What is the male
Manstress.
equivalent?
Menstruous.
I like it, manstress.
Where did you see the what? Oh, there it is.
The very first fucking link. Up, Stack Overflow, Stack Exchange, right there, the very first non-Wikipedia link. Just click on the goddamn
I just saw
link.
single word requests.
Okay.
Master and Mastress.
What? No, go down. See if there's one
That's
that's,
what it
uploaded
has.
enough. Paramour. There it is.
What?
An illicit lover. That's definitely it. Paramour. Can be used for either sex. Doesn't actually mean the male.
Lover. Ah.
There you go.
Which is funny
'cause
that it's just a
genderless.
gender neutral.
Yeah, there's no male one.
So what's the Paramore with a R-E? Or is that just a band Paramore spelling it funny? Oh, well that's interesting. Now I know where the band Paramore gets its name. Interesting.
There we go. The Paramour.
This is almost a good name for the movie.
Yeah. Sounds fancy.
The Paramore.
The Paramour, the Sun, and who else? There's got to be
Oh, no,
like.
wait. I want to see if this is actually.
No,
a
no,
good
no. It
name.
won't just
Seems
be
too
Paramour. It seems like you're totally trying to pin it all on him right away. It's just a dead giveaway if you name it the Paramour.
Yeah, but the turn
No,
is
but
it's
you
the
just
sun,
don't
right?
name the movie after one of the suspects.
You can.
No. The Paramour. It's taken. We'll name the movie The Male Mistress.
The Mastress.
That's not taken. Alright, let's go back to the movie. Richard,
The Mister.
the Mister. Okay, he's like 35.
Uh-huh.
Damn good looking. Could definitely do better than a 50-year-old lady.
I would think charming.
Charming. Yeah, charming.
Obvious killer.
I wouldn't say like.
Do you want him to be gay? You should be gay.
Why not?
No.
Yeah, you should be gay.
He's bi, sir.
He's totally gay. No. It's totally gay. He's totally gay. What was that here? Full-blown AIDS. Jesus, that's a bit much.
I wasn't serious.
I'm not talking like Pride Parade gay, but he's pretty gay.
Okay.
Even better, the son is secretly in love with that.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I like it.
No, that's too
It's
weird.
a good turn.
Oh, not in love, but they had a fling. They had a one-night thing.
They had a thing.
One night.
It's a good turn. I like it. Richard, what's the
A
son's
one-night-
name? Charles? That's always a good name.
Charles. I like Charles. They had a one-night thing. It's got to be more than 3 people, though. We got to
Yeah, of
add a
course.
few more false suspects.
But these are the most important right off the bat.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, maybe
I would
one of
say
his gay
a
lovers
family
would be the other person. So not
Oh, yeah,
Charles,
yeah, so
but
he's-
Richard's gay lover would be part of it,
Should
right?
he have...
Because
like-
then he could be looked as a...
No,
some
he should have a beard.
Who?
Charles. Okay.
Why?
Here's the thing. The reason he becomes a suspect is because he thinks his mom found out about him being gay,
Oh yeah.
and she is going to change the will to
Yeah,
completely leave him out of it.
Exactly.
The son, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. If he thinks his mother knows he's gay, and that's why she's going to change the will, because she's one of those, old bird ladies. She hasn't updated her opinions.
I mean, it was also the 90s. Not many people had.
Yeah. See,
The Clintons had
period
it.
piece. So that's why he would definitely have a big motive
So,
to kill her.
okay, I don't like that Charles slept with Richard, but I think a third male has had sex with both of them that's in this whole...
No. The 3 males all had all together.
Oh, don't do it.
all
It's not a
together.
porno. We have a good plot line. Just don't
No.
do it.
It's a good plot line, does it not? It makes it really juicy.
I think it's funnier, not funnier, but more likely that
Okay.
he's just had sex with both
But
of them.
so it's got to be a male that's not a relative, but is
Or-
on vacation.
if they had an...
I
Okay.
have a good idea. A family friend.
Family friend.
A family friend.
Okay.
A John. Okay.
Well, John was going to
Yeah,
be the one who's
family
had the orgy
friend.
with him.
Jesus Christ.
Aw.
There's not going to be a single straight male in this movie.
I don't like the orgy part. To make it so cheap, though. Like,
Okay, which one do you want them to sleep with? The mister or the family friend?
I think it makes more sense... Well... There needs to be a
Okay, so-
reason why Richard's gay.
Because maybe it's just my stereotype.
Oh.
Most of the gold digging men that would actually do this sort of thing, I think, are gay.
But why do we need to
So-
make him gay in the
let me
movie
put
is
it
the
that way.
point.
So,
Because it's more interesting.
John is a good friend with Charles, and is a family friend.
No,
And John
I want the
secretly
family friend to
knows
be
that Charles is
separate
gay.
because if you're having sex with one of them, you're already somewhat a part of the family ties.
So I like to.
Well, I
describe
wanted like a family
John
friend to
and
be a
Charles
separate person.
Has a. No, okay. I don't like the orgy idea. I like to have that person to be the.
She's not pro orgy.
It's so.
Has slept with Charles,
So
All right.
Charles' boyfriend, but
no,
his family friend.
John's family friend.
It could be
and
like the
John
family
knows
friend,
Charles
like they
is
grew
gay,
up together.
And John. Knows
No, it
Charles
should be-
Has a thing with Richard.
We need to give everyone a motive.
Yeah.
So this family friend should be a business partner with them, right?
Yeah.
Or like John actually manages Margaret's
Yeah.
financial assets. He's financial.
The business manager of the family.
Financial advisor.
And it's not going to be John and Jill. John I'm fine
I'm
with, but it
putting
can
random
also be
names,
Jill.
man.
Sebastian.
Sebastian, there you go. Sebastian,
I was trying to put another
And-
female in.
Claire.
Claire, I like Claire.
Claire.
Claire, okay.
That's the wife of Sebastian.
Who's Claire? Clearly.
Or you can make
And we also need a wife for Charles.
you can sound more Eleanor.
Why do we need a wife for
Oh, no.
Charles? He
It's
could
too
just
old
not
of a
be
name.
married yet.
Alina.
No. He needs a wife to distract from the fact that he's gay.
Yeah, definitely.
And then
could have a
John has
girlfriend.
another. No, John also has a wife to distract from the fact that he's gay. Or he could not have a wife. Only Charles has a wife, Sebastian, and then John manages the money. And they're sleeping together. There we go. Done.
Wait.
What?
You said it all too quick.
Charles has a wife.
Okay, Charles.
She'll be Claire, or...
Claire
what was your other
is his
name?
wife.
Julia?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Julia.
Instead of Claire?
Claire. Yeah, Claire, Charles and Julia.
Okay.
And then...
No, we should keep it a different letter name than Julia and John and
Claire. Charles and Claire.
That's Charles and Claire.
Or Elena.
Since they're tied
Elena.
together, that's fine.
Nora.
I don't give a flying fuck. Just give a name that's not too cheesy.
Claire's fine. Claire.
Claire.
So wait, who's... I thought he was the wife... She was the wife
No.
of
Charles
Sebastian.
and... So that's why it's not a C. Charles and Elena. Okay?
Well, just Elaine.
Elaine, that's fine. Venice. Okay.
Wife of Charles.
I'm not seeing your text update.
No?
No.
Just still Jill and John. So it's Charles and Elaine. And then John, no wife, he's just gay, and he's the family business manager. And he has a thing with Charles.
No, I like it that John has a thing with Elaine, because Elaine is married to a gay man. She's very unhappy.
Okay, that makes sense. But then that means, as of right now, the only other man Charles can be sleeping with is Richard.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
He's totally fine with a weird stepdad thing going on there.
No stepdad.
Okay, that's fine. So
They're not married.
Has a thing with
necessarily.
Elaine. Yeah, okay, this makes
Charles
sense.
is a very
It makes
depressed-
perfect sense that he has a thing with Elaine since she's married to a gay guy.
Yeah.
Okay, do we also want to throw in any other suspect? Should we have a butler? We should have a butler.
Well, they're off on a cabin, right?
I'm just throwing out butler because that's just the stereotypical thing.
I mean, we have 5 suspects.
No.
Why
they,
does-
They're not the suspect, but they provide extra. They guide the storyline.
Charles should have a sister or something that no, she's not going to inherit because
it goes to the son.
yeah, it goes to the son, and that's why she fucking hates him. So she's like she didn't do it, but it's just well, maybe they're throwing a little misdirection here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Or she can just be the reaction of, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, my family's so fucked up.
I like it. Petunia.
Dolores.
But not Petunia.
That's the
You're
name.
picking like 80-year-old ladies' names. No one's named Petunia anymore.
It also takes place in the 90s,
What?
so what's a
Dolores?
very 90s name?
No one's named Dolores either. 90s name? Google Dawson's Creek and pick one of the names.
What?
Oh, I'm not joking. Do that.
Yeah, no,
it's a 90s name.
I totally understand that.
Yep,
Katie.
Katie.
That's a
Done.
very 90s name.
Boom.
That's a low class.
There we go. This is a cast. Margaret, Richard, Charles, Katie, Elaine, Sebastian, and John.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah, we have one.
So we need all their reasons. So Katie
No.
is the only
She's angry at angry at her mother because she knows she can't inherit.
Nothing. Yeah.
She's getting nothing.
Yeah. Even though she's thinks that she's the best in the family.
Again, she's the one that you will least suspect, and it's definitely true. She didn't do it. She'd never do it.
That's what I'm saying. She's not really the suspect in this whole thing.
But she'll have
A little bit.
Little bit of. So you would think it's the person I least suspect, so it's gonna be her.
Gotcha.
That's the person she is.
Gotcha. She's
Wife of
the
Charles.
least
I don't know if she has any
suspicious,
reason.
so becomes the most.
She does. She would plot with John. So if everybody died, right? If Richard died and Charles died and Margaret died,
Mm-hmm.
Well, also the Katie died, then he can essentially take on the money.
Why does Elaine want to murder her?
I can't find a motive for
Just think about it. You know, Elaine and Charles have a son.
No. She's pregnant.
Okay, or she's pregnant. If everybody dies and she
Then we
can
know she
take the
didn't do
money and then live with John with a very happy life.
Why would she get the money if she
thinks
killed her?
Charles is going to get the money.
Oh, because she... Oh, yeah, okay. Because Charles... Because if they frame Richard, then...
How about they don't have a lot of money?
Oh, wait.
They have a money issue.
That doesn't make sense.
And she's pregnant
Hold on,
and worried about raising the kid.
think about the inheritance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Margaret dies, money goes to Charles or Richard, right? If Charles or Richard dies, money goes to Katie, right?
No, it would probably go to Katie.
Yes, okay. But if Katie is a murderer, right, and then the money goes to the third generation, which would be Elaine's pregnant baby.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So under that circumstances, she would get all the money and she get to live with John.
Okay. I think she has an even weaker motive.
Well, okay. What if Katie, she doesn't like Katie, and she thinks Katie's going to get...
okay. Here it is.
Screw him
Here it
over.
is. Here it is.
What?
Elaine is preggers.
What
It ain't
birth
Charles. It's John's. Margaret knows.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she needs to kill her. And she knows that Margaret knows that Charles is gay and they're going to disinherit.
I see.
There you go.
Motive.
Boom, motive. And even more of a motive than Katie
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. I think the gay guy was a nice touch over there. It triggered a lot of...
Really spices it up.
It always does. Okay, what about
It's probably
Sebastian,
put
the
some
family
pepper,
friend?
actually,
You should
cayenne.
sprinkle a little gay everywhere.
It always increases the murder mysteries. Oh, hey, I only have 5% remaining. 1 second.
I think there should be like handmaiden and butler in the scene, but they
Oh, goddamn.
should
It's
not be.
complicated enough. I think we're good. You don't bring your butler with you to the vacation. I don't think. I'm not rich, but I don't think you do.
But you bring your maid. Rich people
No,
always
you
bring
have
maid.
people to come clean after you.
No, that's just...
This is already so complex right now. I'm having trouble keeping track of people.
Alright, I'm back. I'm plugged in.
Alright.
Alright, so why does Sebastian, the family friend, have a motive?
Because he's the manager.
I thought John was the manager.
Yeah, John's
No.
the manager. This is the family
Oh, yeah.
friend.
Who's Sebastian? No, there's no
Oh,
Sebastian. This
we
is
got
too
rid of
complex already.
Sebastian.
Get rid of Sebastian. There's no
There was
Sebastian.
a
it's just
Sebastian
John.
at one
Yeah,
point, sir.
Sebastian is a name. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a name I
We,
come
we
up
were
with
calling
to
John
replace the-
Sebastian. Because
Yeah,
John's a little plain.
Yeah.
Yeah, just change John to Sebastian. I'll remember Sebastian better.
Well, he was John because he was sleeping with everybody, so he was the John.
So, he wants to kill her because, again, just to protect Elaine. Same reason Elaine has. So do we have, everyone has a motive? Perfect.
We got a motive for our murder mystery and 6 people with a weird love thing. Love triangle thing. Square.
You know, I'm still sad we said no orgy. It just really makes the movie fucking crazy. And no cow. Yeah, who said the cow? The true killer of the cow. And you know what? You know what the real twist is?
The police going to investigate the
No.
cow and write down a little thing like, so did you see it? The cows go, like that.
No, the real twist is the cow was in
It's
on
the
orgy.
gayest of them all.
It's a really gay cow.
No, that's pretty good.
Alright,
Pretty
I
good
think that's
setup.
enough for tonight. I like
took
what
us
we
a
got,
little bit
though.
to
I
get
think we
there,
actually did pretty well.
Got it rolling.
Yeah, we have a pretty good setup.
Alright, later, food.